One second, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and get to the intro, and we'll go ahead and get started. I appreciate it. Hello. I just wanted to thank y'all for joining this evening. I'm gonna wait a little bit for everyone to come into the queue. I'm just going ahead and prepping up a couple of things while I'm doing that. I'm hopefully everybody's having a good evening. I think I'm on a little bit late tonight, so just wanted to say hello. Let's and get our queue up. Sounds to me like everything's working okay. So today we just wanted to do a few small updates on just a couple of things going on with the township, a little bit about court. Um, Not going to take a lot of time, but hey, no apologies. How are you, Diana? How's it going? It's good to hear from you. Miss McBride, Beth, can you guys hear me okay? How's my volume? Is it okay? Great, great. All right. So I just wanted to welcome you guys to Amir Shakur Speaks. And, tonight we're just going to talk a little bit about current events. Just wanted to talk about some things out of the township, things that are going on today and that are going to be going on tomorrow. So um, don't want to take a lot of time. And I think we'll be okay. Loud and clear. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. All right. Hello, Miss Ingram. All right. Thanks for joining, everybody. All right. So yeah, while we're waiting on a few people to join in, I'm just want to some videos. I should have did it, but I know it's a little bit on the late side, so some people will have to be in the office tomorrow. So just want to go over it. All right, the Karis Washington. Thanks for joining. So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and just wanted to make sure that I'm gonna be going forward. I'm gonna be on a little bit more regularly. So we are looking forward to doing some exciting things together. I'm a newer channel, so Amir Shakur Speaks. Um, I'm confident that we can grow with some pretty good content. I'm do some great things. while I'm waiting, want to queue up a couple of videos for you. I probably should have had it. It's okay. Won't take me long. I'm pretty fast. Go ahead while I'm waiting, and if you guys haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, and get started momentarily. How's everybody doing this evening? Thanks for joining. It's crazy. Thanks for joining the chat. Hey, everyone in the chat. Wanted to welcome you guys again to Amir Shakur Speaks. I guess we'll start local, and then we'll go to a couple of national pieces. It's your patience while I just go ahead and get those queued up. So I guess the first update that I wanted to make is wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what happened in court today with the ongoing saga with Mr. Brown and Hassan's court today. I know you guys may have gotten it already, or might have gotten some information, but I just wanted to share a little bit about that piece. So today we had court with Mr. Brown and Jedidiah, for those who don't know. Also aware, Jedidiah Brown, Chicago activist, activist. I like to use agent of chaos in the ongoing struggle with the situation that happened on July 14th. And like a lot of the history that's coming out now, that people probably are aware that there's been a struggle on the ground with this gentleman in the Chicagoland area for the better part of, with me, it's been about 10 years. So I want to talk a little bit about that and what the history was, because there's some pieces that I want everybody to kind of catch up on, and I think it's good for some of the court situations and where we're at going forward. I'm gonna take 1 second to cue that up, and that'll give me a little bit of time where everybody's joining. By the way, did everyone see the latest Random News video that dropped yesterday? Random News does a great job with the way he interprets a lot of the social justice activists and the ones who are what we call provocateurs. So he does a great job of exposing those. Yeah, see my keys in the background. Yeah, used to hit those very well. I'm kind of rusty now, but maybe I can pick back up. I was doing radio for a while. It's crazy. So going back to the Random News, please. You know what? Maybe we can just start with playing a little bit about that Random News piece. Yeah, that video was great. Let me just share a little bit about that. I think it'll be exciting. And, I'm happy to do that. So give me 1 second and I'm going to cue it up. Yeah, I know I need to play. I'm gonna go back to my second love, radio, and what I'm doing here now with you guys, commentary, radio, TV commentary. Give me 1 second. Background music down here.
Struggling to get started on your book? Meet Squibbler, the AI book writer that transforms your ideas into fully developed chapters.
These people are, so we can figure that out. Trust, he's in for a big surprise.
That's for the squatters, but they were kicked out. Some of them, the buildings have squatters. They were kicked out for the mayor's park that we never asked for, never wanted. So, hey, do you guys know? Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's a little bit about the random.
Oh, okay. Good thing I didn't.
See if I can fast forward. That was the broad piece. You know, I really like the way that he edited this. So let's go back and look at that edit. I thought it was amazing. He did an amazing job. I think LNC said he did a masterful job. I'm going to use that word directly. So let's look.
You all right? I'm good.
I'm just trying to get this.
You all right? You all right?
Hey, can somebody call 911? Tell them to come to 15300 block of Myrtle.
Let me move this forward. So here we go.
I'm walking on a block I'm working on. What are you here for? Exactly. Back up. Get back, bro. Get back. Yo, take trouble my boy, y'all. Take trouble my boy. We got it.
So here's the thing. Let me just stop right there because I think that no, look, you know what? I'm even honestly, if I didn't have to talk about it, it's crazy. I would talk about it. Thank you for everyone. And yeah, Random News does great videos. I believe.
You see why we have the orders?
And there you have it, a total shit show. And Jad couldn't wait to go down there and beat up Amir and his daughter because he already promised to do that at the last meeting.
I'm gonna beat that at
Getaway car.
So I don't.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want and watch it take shape.
Technology is crazy. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, you can hear me. Skip the okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you can hear me. Give me 1 second.
I don't know if you guys seen the videos yet or not,
Right.
but I think less than being focused on what I say I'm focused on, and that is the betterment of this community.
And since he's been in that community, all he brought is chaos and bullshit.
And I want to be very clear. I don't attack nobody. I firmly believe in self-defense.
This groupie was the one that walked up on those people all aggressive and started that shit.
That man attacked me. His daughter attacked me. And that group came there to do nothing more but to bring chaos in the real sense.
More like those people were standing down there minding their own business, and Jed and his crew walked down to them and started talking to them.
I was walking up and down that street, and I'm not about to comment on this too much.
Nobody forced Goofy to say anything to those people. He could have just kept on walking.
But that man attacked me.
Well, according to this, that man didn't attack anybody. Your bodyguard pushed his daughter, then punched him in the face. He never threw one punch.
I don't want to throw it out the window when this one out.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just got attacked. Me and my team just got battered, and we defended ourselves as we're supposed to. And that's it's unfortunate that these people keep playing these stupid ass games, and they keep trying to do this. They threaten all kind of physical harm.
More like you wanted him to cause you harm, and he didn't want to do it in the first place.
They finna leave, so man.
So yeah, let's stop right there. You know, the self-defense standard, I think Lady Luck and some more people really talked about that. And as we're going ahead, I just wanted to announce that we are moving forward with a civil litigation lawsuit against the city of Harvey and Harvey police in reference to this sad attack. And share that tomorrow we'll have court with the folks, our wonderful friends out in Harvey, Illinois, and Mr. Brown and his crew again. And I think we've been in court with this gentleman the whole week. So, you know, I know it's still rough to watch, and, you know, believe me, I had to go through it. But at the same time, you know, we need help from everyone to go ahead and dispel a lot of the narrative. And that's how we challenge some of these ops, especially from the point of this Jedidiah Brown and INA. And we did it the last time, we can do it again. And it's just a matter of challenging these narratives and really contradicting what it is. A good part of the video that maybe a lot of people didn't know, and I seen Conscious share it in the past, is this is one piece that I really want to kind of go over. You know, there's multiple charges that I think in the near future, that are going to develop from this Jedidiah Brown situation. Here's one thing. In my conversation with Hassan, the property owner at American Kitchen, I just wanted to say, you know, there are multiple charges that are evolving from that. So here's one piece.
I just need you to be respectful and stop being disrespectful. We ain't doing shit.
You know what? If you have to hit that car, go ahead. Move it out of the way.
Hit it if you want to.
Yeah, hit it if you want to.
Hit my shit.
Hit it. Give me a reason to kick the left.
So instead of them just moving their cars and letting these females leave, they're threatening to hit the females if they hit their car, that they won't move.
But tell me this.
Okay.
What you gonna do with this?
What I'm gonna do with this?
Yeah, what you gonna do?
This should pay taxes to the city.
Oh, you mean like that other building that they put all this fucking money on and nobody did anything to it?
Which one?
The motherfucking shack down the street?
Which one? What's the address?
Over there, it's literally down the street.
I don't know. What you talking about?
But you know what? You're doing a lot of.
I'm asking you.
Jad can't do any type of research when it comes to Clark and being corrupt.
It's a community building that Clark want to put his motherfucking stamp on and spend all this money in, and it's not even in use. Don't even have room for more than 2 cars.
Okay.
That's what he does with the fucking
Now,
money.
Jad's been asking for proof of Clark's corruption, but once he gets it, he doesn't care.
The way you handled yourself.
You know, like the random news piece, you know, I think was very, very excellent in the way that he put this together. There was a piece, before we move on, I want to say a little bit about this Hassan piece, then we'll go backwards. There was a piece with this particular young lady. And she's one of Hassan's staff members, and she actually went to jail. I don't know if anyone saw that. I know a lot of the folks have seen that. She actually went to jail, or actually she was arrested at one point about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, because she kicked Jedidiah's bodyguard. The bodyguard is Raheem Starks. she kicked them while they were on the property, and Harvey police arrested her for a brief second, and then went and let her go. Jedidiah came back and began to curse the Harvey police out, and she's definitely a decent person. I've had the opportunity to really sit down with Hassan and his team more than once. So, they've really Hassan has gone through a lot with Mr. Brown and his team. So let me just play a little bit more of that.
Stuff you just all fucked up.
Is that right?
And let me tell you something. I hope you do the same thing with this. Just like this entire place is full of abandoned fucking buildings.
So just let
So
just let people take it.
Hey, that's what you're doing right now.
But when Jad does it, it's okay.
Right? That's what you're doing right
we're giving it back.
Let's skip this. Give me 1 second.
Game.
To the city.
Okay, give it back and let me know how they do it with like they do with everything else over here.
But I'm saying, you don't think that's a righteous thing?
What the fuck is righteous about it when you see all of this abandoned shit around you?
No, listen.
And you just terrorize
Can I just
Proving that the only reason Jad's fucking with Hassan is because he's getting paid.
And also, I don't appreciate
What?
You doxed me on fucking Facebook.
how'd I do that?
You posted everybody and their mama on fucking Facebook.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
So really, real quick about this, prior to her talking to him, there was one situation, and what I think I want to do probably within the next week is talk about a lot of these particular charges that have not been mentioned. This gentleman right here, let me fast forward. This gentleman is Rock.
I just came to conduct my business at the Harvey Police Station, get a copy of the report from Monday, and
Yo, it's a lot of y'all.
Is that your boy goes gaslighting again? The dude's a fuck.
Yes.
I'm not speaking on behalf of Hassan.
None of them showed up.
Let's see.
He been
But as you can see,
yes,
the two gentlemen that beat me up, okay, aggravated battery report I filed against them and they stole the money from me, are in the police station. And they are at my plant with the police chief going around my buildings. And the police chief is laughing on my face.
And if this shit ain't shady as fuck to you, then I don't know what is.
The guy like me, who's running a business in Harvey for 31 years, providing jobs, paying taxes, is getting abused. Inside my plant, they're coming. And yesterday I called 911 and the Harvey police 4 times. None of them showed up.
And at this point, the FBI needs to get involved before somebody gets hurt.
That's what it's doing.
and is it true that he sent people to beat you up and to physically come after you and your
Yes,
associates?
I ended up in the hospital. I had the hospital report to prove that.
I mean, I knew Jad was a clown, but he's taking shit way too far.
So let's talk a little bit about that. We want to really start looking at, and we're going to need you guys help. We want to start looking at federal charges and how we can start breaking down federal charges against Mr. Brown and his team. And, some of these clips and suggestions we're open for. Hassan, a little bit of background about Hassan. Hassan was brought to Harvey, Illinois by a former mayor, David Johnson. And David, hopefully y'all can hear me. David Johnson was my prior college professor, criminal justice at South Suburban. David was a sociology and social justice teacher at South Suburban, where I met him. I don't consider him a mentor, but he was one of my professors, and he was working, and he actually around the same time he brought Hassan, helped him really get acclimated to Harvey when Hassan was just getting started. So that's what our connection was. I really never had the opportunity to really meet Hassan until, the later part of just living. I'm not from Harvey. I'm from a adjacent community, but just being in the community. I grew up in Harvey. At one point, we lived in Harvey when I was a child. Like I said, I never really met Hassan until, this recent point in these recent incidents. But I do know that our mutual friend is Dr. Johnson, who used to be the former mayor of Harvey, by the way. Let's see. I'm going to answer some of the questions and respond to some of the questions while I'm getting kind of warmed up. Give me 1 second. I didn't understand why Jed went to Hassan's property. Nate Fields went out to Hassan's property too. You know what, Nate, Fields and his father are from Harvey. I think the Fields family actually are from Harvey. I wasn't aware that he went out there, but I haven't heard anything negative about the Fields family. And, you know, they may even have a relationship with Hassan. So it's crazy. Just good question. Conscious, thank you. Thank you for joining. And yeah, and you asked Conscious, you said, really, what was the question? Does Nate have a job? Yes, I believe Nate has. I know at least one job that Nate has. But yeah, I'll have to talk to you guys about that later at another point. I'm very familiar with Nate. Got to know him really well during his campaign. Knew Frank Zuccarelli very well during his time as the president of South Suburban, and not so much from the political standpoint as the supervisor, but he had been the supervisor for many, many years. So yeah, knew him, you know, just in working with him as the president of South Suburban when I was going there for my associates. Yeah, I always ask people what is their name and addresses. None of their, oh yeah, Jedidiah does. What I want to do with you guys just in the short time that we're together is I'm hoping that we can talk about, you know, just building this federal case, because I think that's where it's at. And, you know, just a small reminder, starting tomorrow, we will be in Harvey Municipal Court to try to see where the case, the criminal case against Jedidiah and his folks are. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Thorn Township piece, and also I'll talk about the court today, a little bit more about it. I just wanted to open up with a little bit of the video because I thought it was magnificent. Bring federal charges, Miss McBride. You're going to be on with me next week, I believe. We haven't set the date, but we'll let people know because we definitely got a lot to talk about. So thank you, Beth. When Jed had that ugly white and black logo, she had a similar logo for Viv. Jed attacked Viv online, claiming she copied him. Yeah, there's been, I don't know what Jedidiah's problem is, but it seems like he has a lot of deep-rooted envy for women, you know, and I've noticed that through the years. Yeah, I can definitely talk to Trina about federal court. I really don't know Trina too well, just from seeing her around. Not so much a go-to of mine, but definitely appreciate some of the effort that she's made, you know, just in helping out Ryan's situation, and you know, definitely. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So going back to the video, I just wanted to go ahead and let's go to a little bit more of that. Yeah, Trina has given some great advice. I'm definitely thinking of that. So.
This point. And once Ryan and Hassan went back to Hassan's shop, Jed was right there.
There again with him.
So if you guys can see, and that looks like that's the Texas plate vehicle. Yeah. I think that's usually the one
I think that's the city employee in that brown coat. The city, see, they're waving. That's the gangsters. And
wow, so they're that brazen.
That brazen, and I live in the front where the car is.
Yeah,
that's where my house is. That's where I live.
And
he has the restraining order against me. That means I cannot be 1,000 feet from him, but he can be in front of my house. So if he's afraid of me, why is he in front of my house?
And the fact he was even allowed to do that should show you that this is shady as fuck.
See, his car is parked right in front of my house.
Wow.
What is he? Is he a...
So yeah, here's another point that I just wanted to address. So even with the situation with Jedidiah being on Hassan's property, you know, that restraining order that he just recently got, that they're going to court on. So here's the way that the breakdown of that happened. Jedidiah got a restraining order against Hassan, saying that he was living on that property. I'm sure it'll be disputed in court. And you know, here's my thing. Again, we can start putting together a database and voluntarily and voluntarily to start addressing some of these rumors, myths, and anywhere where they've actually fraudulently done things in a corrupt manner, I think we should address that. And, some people have talked with the courts. I think that at this point, it's the path ahead that we're paving forward is this federal, and there is civil litigation that's on the table, and I'll announce that as of yesterday. So Jed said Hassan is living on the property. I don't understand. So Hassan probably has a residence on the property where his offices are, and Hassan actually said that as well. So give me 1 second.
Official of the city? Has he been appointed as the department head of some department? Is he getting paid by the city of Harvey? Apparently he doesn't work. I mean, He must be making money. He's driving GMC truck. If he's driving GMC truck, that truck must be worth at least $78,000. Where is he getting money from?
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space? Enter your address and get a 360-degree satellite view of your home.
He's bringing up some good points here. Funny how nobody else is asking these questions.
As you can see, he's coming towards me.
And who's the
restraining order? Right. Why is he coming towards me, right?
And I'm surprised your boy can even walk in them leggings.
That's the problem, because those two, when they were robbing me, one of them said, now you got the money, shoot him. Why are you waiting for shooting? Yeah,
Let me move forward because I think a lot of people have seen this. Now check this part out. I wanted to explain a little bit about this.
Took off, and I took off, and I'm chasing these people through the streets of Harvey.
And this is why your boy took down that first video he put up going to Hassan's shop.
And they said, gangbanger, gangbanger, gangbanger.
I'm sure they did once they saw you and your thug show up with guns.
And the very next day, they broke in and stole.
They was like, you're taking my things, you're taking my things.
This shit is wild.
The intention was to intimidate the employees so they leave, then nobody can come. Okay? And when I went over there and I caught them stealing, they beat me up.
Wow.
That's the one I ended up in the hospital the same day.
Oh, to confirm. Because I was going to say, isn't Jed saying...
Right now...
Yeah, what's going on? I thought Jed was saying right now he has the building.
Yeah, right now he's controlling it with his thugs.
So here's the thing. So Hassan was in the hospital, and he was allegedly, this is out of Hassan's words, he was beaten up by Jedidiah and his people, his thugs, right? And while he was in the hospital, apparently, this is what he's saying, that Jedidiah and his thugs allegedly stole over 100,000 in antique cars and whatnot from Hassan. Some of these were classic cars, so on and so forth. So, and there were videos going prior back to that point. You can actually see the cars, and Jedidiah was inventorying the cars. He called it surveying, but yeah, they stole about $100,000 in car theft. So, and again, these are obviously, I have to address it as an allegation. But, for me, I definitely believe it to be the gospel truth. And Hassan has testified to that. I mean, he's given information to that. Let's watch just a little bit more.
Stuff is still there. I was able to take some stuff out, but he stole tremendous amount of stuff with his buddies.
You guys stole my father's car.
I didn't steal. I don't steal, baby.
More like you don't tell the truth.
Why did he do that? When we are in court fighting. He showed me, I own it. Clark gave it to me. This is mine.
And since it seems like Jad already made a side deal with Clark to get a building, INA just giving this dude $100,000 for his own pockets. That's why he told his mother.
Not too much longer from now, Mama. Pack your bags. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Because you goofies are about to get him and his mother a brand new house.
The problem is,
Let me move for you.
He wanted.
Let's look at this. I think this
again, lying and trying to make things up. Now, this is what he dictated this in my phone, and he texted this to himself.
And if you've been doing any type of dirt with Jed, if you're part of this INA group, I suggest you leave, because you don't want your name getting involved when he goes down for this shit.
On behalf of myself and American Kitchen Delight, hereby agree to promise to vacate the property located at 146 East 147 Harvey, Illinois, also known as Bob Watson property. I agree to vacate by Surprise. I think within 10 days by June 30th.
Hassan, I said that you got to get off of the land that you don't own. Simple. All right, I'll get off of the land that I don't own.
And it looks like Hassan never said that. Jed dictated that shit to himself.
I said, all right, so how long is it? He said 2 weeks. So then it came a 2-week period. And I said, Mr. Hassan, are you off of the land? He said, no, it's going to take me a month. I said, no, fuck that. You bullshit. We live there now, too. We are now co-squatters.
I swear the dude is the worst criminal there is.
Of 2025, I agreed to remove our property, personal property, and vehicles stored at the location at Bob Watson property, including all property, personal property in the building. Agreed to remove the fence surrounded by the property that was previously installed by me. I agreed that I am American Kitchen Delights, Inc. I have no possessory, depository, or ownership interest. I don't know what in the world he was trying to say. But basically, he was trying to say that I, Shahnawaz Hassan, an American Kitchen Delights, is going to give this property to him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And if you go, you will see this on his phone. He dictated this in my phone. And at the same time, I had him recording. And he was not.
In a world where you've constantly
right
been
there.
told what you
want to stop it. Give me 1 second, y'all. I just. Give me 1 second. I'm coming back in. So when we learned about the ongoing situation with Jedidiah, and when he first got into Harvey, probably about 2 months ago, you know, one of the things and one of the allegations is that maybe Clark promised him Hassan's building, so he was going to try to use that as a base for his INA group. And, you know, I'm not sure how this mayor, if this did happen, can promise him his property, but for some reason he had it in his twisted mind that he was going to get the property. So that's why he started doing a lot of the things that he was doing. So I'm going to go back to a video on July 14th. I don't know if everyone has seen the video when I spoke at the city council meeting, and I believe it was part of the reason why the situation happened with me and my daughter later on that evening. I just want to play that. And yeah, and then we'll go back and go to some questions. 1 second. And let me get that video and cue that video in. I appreciate y'all. Great video from Random News. Give me 1 second. I don't know why my mic keeps going crazy. Might need to get a producer. All right, here we go. So this speech was the speech that I made before I was attacked, and I think it was the reason primarily why I got attacked with the mob violence, and I think it was orchestrated. I really do. And if it was premeditated, that carries extra penalties. So that's another thing. This is no doubt, this is a mob action that happened to me, but let me go ahead and play the video.
Establish an ongoing relationship with a community member as a confidant. Immediately open up privileged information. These are not allegations. This is from witness testimony with information on said individual with confidential data. Over a period of 4 weeks, the individual or individuals, because it wasn't just one person, it was a group of people, harassed, threatened with violence, and he even physically assaulted a business owner with violence. That business owner was hospitalized. Yes, that business owner was hospitalized. Mob action and guns were included in this action. The police stood down while the business owner was visited, including Officer McAdam, on several occasions. Tens of thousands of dollars of inventory was stolen from the said business owner. I want to play a witness statement from the individual, one of the individuals involved in this mob action. And we have several, including the business owners, people, the business owners' employees. So I've actually sat down and met with, including their attorney, and we are working on what happens next.
So I did have a chance and opportunity to sit down with Hassan and talk to a lot of his employees. This was during the time frame when Jedidiah was still going around and his gang were going around beating the poor guy. I mean, this guy is 70 years old, elderly, and I mean, you know, right after that happened, I really got engaged and I got involved in trying to assist, you know, where I could, because regardless of his business situation, nobody deserves to be beaten down, obviously. So I discussed this in the city council meeting with Harvey to let Mayor Clark know that, you know, we were onto his stuff and onto his shit, I would say, and that we weren't going to back down. So this is a speech that I gave on July 14th, just so you know.
So I just want the community to listen to this. And this is one piece, one video from the particular assault in the mob action. This is witness testimony.
So when we were doing the survey, Hassan showed up. He called the police. The police had no legal authority in anything because no crime was committed. When the police left, Hassan tried to, with a sharp object, flatten our tire. When he's trying to flatten the tires of our vehicle, then one of the gentlemen that was with me ran up to him and said, "Hey man, what are you doing?" Hassan tried to stab the person that was in the car. We tried to stab him. What you think gonna happen? You brought a knife to a verbal fight? He defended himself.
I'm going to stop right there because there's another piece about the several videos and witness statements that we had. But this is one that's involving a $20,000 payout that allegedly you took, Mr. Clark, from this individual. And I want you to hear this.
Thank you very much.
I will share the information to the Thorn Township Citizens Action Committee for the I'll be the media outside.
Yeah, so he cut me off right there. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me stop this.
If you were
1 second. So yeah, he cut me off right there. And we started after that meeting, then we did a live on the outside. Before we went over to the street, we were called over, obviously, by Ramona and Beth. And that was the video that made the statement. I just wanted to give a little bit of context to what that was all about. So we played the video for the city council in front of Clark because I wanted everything notated. When we notated it, for the record, two things that came out of it. They were consistent payouts from business owners all the way, probably maybe even 10 years back. I don't even know what the time frame was. And it was kind of protection money for to the city of Harvey. And, you know, I know that Clark has been in office, I believe, for 6 years. So, you know, according to the video, Hassan said that he was culpable and he was paying money. So I was getting ready to talk about a $20,000 payout that Hassan had made to Mayor Clark directly. And he cut me off right in the middle of that. And I think my time was up, but I think I had maybe a little bit more time, but I think he cut me off earlier because he didn't want me to talk. So we did, you know, we continued talking on the outside of the building, and we did a live on the outside. Give me 1 second, and I'm going to go back and just talk a little bit more. So while Jedidiah and his team were trying to acquire this building, which was a Bob Watson car dealership. It was actually a used car and I think new car dealership at one point, but then they started selling used cars. It was the Bob Watson Chevrolet dealership is what it was. So Hassan, I'm not sure how long Hassan has had it, but I know he's had it for some time. I think he was using it for auto repair. And the allegation was that it was a chop shop for Chicago cars to be broken down, which was never proven. You know, I think if Harvey could have proved that, I think they would have been able to arrest Hassan and take the property away. Um, so at this point, uh, when Hassan was in the hospital, this is why I want to notate his property was stolen. All these cars were stolen, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I think Hassan said maybe 110,000. That day that they beat him down, Hassan got in his car and there was a high-speed chase, probably through 3 or 4 cities by Jedidiah and his team chasing Hassan down. And I mean, you know, if you'd actually seen the pictures, half of his body was totally bruised. Like I said, this gentleman is an elderly man, 70 years old, I believe, 70s plus. So yeah, I think we have the growing case for a federal charge against Jedidiah, and that's where we're going to need you guys' help. And that's kind of what I was doing here tonight, because we need to start putting together the pieces and really being able to tell a story for the feds. And that's what I'm working on. I am committed to seeing this thing through to the end with Jedidiah. Let me take some questions because we're gonna continue on. I won't be on too long tonight, but let's take some questions. So Jed took over this man's property. Yes. So what he did was he did the same thing with the squatter situation in Harvey, Illinois. He was claiming that he was going to take the property and that Hassan was there illegally, and that he was going to be a co-squatter there. So he's claiming now that he's a co-squatter on this property. And it was so much. It was, according to Hassan, it was so problematic that he said, you know what, I'm just going to leave the property. But he hasn't actually left the property because there's taxes. It's still in court. There's a lot of legal issues and business issues going on with it. So there would be no way for anyone, including Jedidiah, to acquire that property. Give me 1 second. Are you serious? Yes. Give me 1 second. I'm going to take some more of the questions. Yes. So one of the ongoing issues is that the Harvey police have been an agent proponent to this agent provocateur, Jedidiah Brown. He's been given unfiltered access to a lot of the city, but I believe that relationship may be wearing down. And, you know, we are, with a lot of the things that are going on, we are working on, you know, just to see, you know, the illegal things, the criminal things that this man has done. Yeah, we're trying to show cause for this federal case. So again, you know, if anybody has any information that you guys would like to share, send it. Sheila A needs to be in jail with all lawsuits with Jet. I believe so. Sheila actually, by the way, that's Sheila A. She was there during the mob brawl, and she got into a physical confrontation with Ariel, my daughter. Hassan owns the property. Jet is dumb. Exactly. Even if Hassan did not have business, the taxes, and all of the things together, the litigation between Hassan and the business issues between Hassan, the taxes that they haven't paid, is between Hassan and the city of Harvey. So, as an agent provocateur, you know, Jedidiah has no legal standing to do anything, not force anybody off their property, not do anything. So, you know, I mean, again, even with that being said, above and beyond that, no one deserves to get beat down. So yeah, so Jed was going to raise $100 for the building that he was stealing. Exactly, it was a farce. It was never real. Sheila does need to be included. I agree. I believe so. And I want to talk to you guys a little bit about court today. Jed said the Lentil Law Group promised him 3 free offices. I've heard something about that. It's crazy. I'm not sure. I believe that. I think someone else was saying something about the Lentil Law Group, and maybe they're now investing in Harvey, and maybe they're getting kickbacks into their property. I don't know. It needs to be investigated. Jed wanted that for his photo. Yeah, he did. Did the Lynching Law Group buy any properties in Harvey? I'm not sure. It's something that we need to look into. Again, this is a classic pay for play. It could range to a number of things from extortion to pay for play. You know, just a lot of different area. I mean, it's very complex, but I don't know if the Lynching Law Group. I know that at one point, maybe a month and a half ago, Mayor Clark and Jedidiah with some folks were looking at properties around the city and they were touring. I know that for a fact. It's on video. Is that the same law group that Jed said, yeah, we're paid it through? Yep. Yeah, I think I heard something about that, but Verna, I'm not sure. Yeah, I believe that they are from Michigan, the Lynching Law Group. They're based out of Michigan. Okay, yep. Flint, right. I definitely will give you a call. Thank you. Why would an old man like Hassan, who barely walks, flatten a tire and then try to stab someone? Hassan? Well, I think that what happened was they were imposing themselves and physically harassing this elderly gentleman, and it became a physical altercation. So, not good. I think that also with that in mind, again, I'm not sure about the time frame. I know it's probably the better part of a week before that Hassan was in the hospital. He actually missed court because of that, and the case. He has a criminal case against. Well, not a criminal. Well, actually, it is a criminal case because Hassan was arrested by the Harvey police based upon Jedidiah's statement that he lives on the property. So they arrested Hassan, and that's what we're in court for now. That court happened today for all who were or were not aware. So, ongoing saga, man. It's definitely something that's crazy. So let's talk a little bit about. We're gonna talk a little bit more about the case from court today. I just want to. So today we had court, and just a recap of court today. Don was able to have his attorneys at court today. A couple of things that people didn't know on the outside of the courthouse, on the outside of the courtroom, I should say, started court. He had his bodyguard. There was a big level of confusion. He was saying that we were aggressively pursuing this guy and started hollering at the sheriffs. So the sheriffs came to the courtroom yesterday and today. Yesterday there were about 7 sheriffs in the courtroom. Today they came outside and they said, they actually came out in full force to try to prevent anything from happening, like another physical altercation. I was claiming that we were aggressively pursuing here, hollered outside just before the judge got on the bench. He was hollering, and there was a confrontation, small verbal confrontation with the sheriffs. So, this thing is going on, and it keeps building, and the drama just keeps building, and it doesn't seem like it's stop. So, and then at the end of the day, a group of people, I think it was some people came back into the courthouse. Apparently, there was some drama behind that because they stayed out of the parking lot. We don't know why they stayed. Probably for the part of the hour, hanging out, and if they had enough case, I don't know, but I know the sheriffs were on that. So, it just seems like this drama never continues, never ceases to end. And it's continuing. It always continues, I should say. I know folks are trying to call Dylan to ask if it's true. Well, there are ethics violations that if he is a client of the law group and they're actually engaged in these kind of activities, that's something that we can report to the Michigan bar, and we have to take ethics violations on that. So, that's something that we can look into for the future. Yes, he lies about everything. Definitely. I so agree with you. He definitely lies about a lot of stuff. Definitely a lot of lies. Jed Mama gonna be ashamed of him. You know, questionable individuals. I don't like talking about people's mamas, but I don't know about that one. Hi, Ramona. Cool, right? Last night, Jed changed his story on the night of his claim he was helping a baby. Someone said he lies about everything. You can go back and look at the I guess it's hard to even track on the story. Jed, looking for 20K. He said that it was for the culture for a video. But he fooled me as well until that night. Yeah. So here's my thing about this. Now, there is a thing, there might be a space for fraud with trust raised funds. And not required to be responsible people. There might be something, I know it's simple, but there might be something that's ethical and criminal from that. So it's something that can't tell us. If these people are acting outside of things, I think these are kind of watch. So whatever. So I don't know very concept. Just so everyone knows, July 14th, we all went in there. We all went in there for peace, not to fight. Turned out different. Yep. Definitely remote. Going back to the 100K, he started with the 100K when he realized he wouldn't get it. He changed his story. So yeah, again, going back to that, so he went from 100K to 20K. You know, if he's raised money, not legitimate purposes. You know, it could be online fraud. So, so many ethical violations in there. You know, YouTube lets you finish out membership. I went on to how YouTube lets you finish out membership. Well, you might want to clarify what that is. So what else would he disclose? Clarify that question, and they fully trust it. They all think he's doing this for unfortunately, for the 10 years that I've known this gentleman, I do think he's doing this for good. I just don't see anything coming out of anything that he's done. So give me 1 second. Let me go back and just pull up some more here. I'm going to say some questions. We're going to talk about the Thorn Township board meeting. 1 second. These folks like this man so much they needed 20K instead of 100K, and they did not. Yeah, he went from 120,000. So I'm sure that the quote unquote grifting is not up yet. So is my sound good, y'all? Verna, how am I doing with my sound? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys hear me? Not sure. Not. Back and I'm going to pick up. I want to pick up some questions. If I miss anybody's questions, post them again in the chat. It mentioned that he could buy a good for 20. Yeah, we've established that. I know. Yeah, I think I might have pulled that one up. Yeah, definitely. Like Beth said, they were hanging out in the parking lot, so the sheriffs actually had to come out, and I think this is Sheila Ashley and a few members of the INA team, and literally hanging out in the parking lot for like an hour after reporting. Someone was saying it was because they were looking for me. I don't know. I don't know about that. But it might have gotten to the point where I don't really trust anything. We'll make sure that our security now is intact in place. We'll be able to prevent what happened over the last 14. Definitely, there are differences with that now. Claimed he wanted the money to set up locations to the restaurant. So, as far as, I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm just going to say the situation with that. If you guys remember, and if anybody can go back and research with his freedom fighters thing, he was actually doing the same exact thing. He was actually going and he was trying to raise funds to start nationwide locations. They had small breakout groups in Texas. They had another breakout group in Cali. They had another breakout group in. What happened was all these guys ended up falling out because when they saw how Jedidiah really was, they didn't trust them. And these are beyond allegations. It's actually no video. So same thing, same narrative, same hustle, same scam, just a new name. Same thing. By the way, Jedidiah Brown, stuff to think about. So he just gave us for the culture meeting talk. Talk. Yeah, it's a lot of talk, a lot of spit. Nothing really. Am I good? Get out with the sound check. Let me know. Audio not real good. Audio not real good. Testing 1, 2. How's my sound, y'all? Am I good? If I missed the question, hey, I want to go real quick before we come back. Is my audio not real good? 1, 2, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, check. 1, 2, check. 1, 2, check. Am I doing okay? Better sound? Okay. Thank you. Okay, I guess I'll have to move closer to the microphone or move the microphone closer. Let me see if I can real quick. I'm gonna adjust that. I want to go to the meeting from yesterday because I don't want to take too much time out. I know it's weeknight, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So give me 1 second, guys, and let me pull that up.
Motion to approve the bills list for the general assistance fund. Is there a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the bills of the general assistance fund.
Second. Motion by trustee Stubbs to approve the bill list of the general assistance fund, seconded by trustee Stanley. Clerk, please take the roll.
Trustee Ahmad? Trustee Gonzalez? Trustee
Thank you.
So let's start with this.
I believe if you guys in advance,
So let's start with those statements. 1 second.
Rabbi, Michael, then Yosef. Sorry.
And by the way, I will say this one thing about Rabbi. Rabbi actually started, we worked together 10 years back, and he's definitely been on the situation in Harvey, and lately he's been in some very pertinent places, but you know, the last organization that I had, he was actually a part of, and yeah, I like the work that he's doing. You said the audio is not real good. Let me make sure. How's the audio? Thank you. It's trying to clear up. Thank you. 1 second. How's the audio now? It should be better, right? Give me 1 second. All right, I'm gonna play this after Rabbi. Then you're gonna see
Chicago,
I'm here because I need you. King David, the scriptures wanted to build a house of prayer for the Lord. The prophet Nathan supported him. However, when King David did wrong, the same prophet that agreed with him condemned his actions. That is why I'm here to respond, not later, but early.
Let's go to Viv.
Vivian Allen? Hello, I just have a brief comment. Number one, I believe if you guys need mental health, there's other ways that you can get it as well, not just through Dalton. There's other places where you can go that is actually impactful. You can also call 211. They have a lot of services, so if you can't get services within the township, you can call 211, and they do help a lot, especially with rental assistance. The rental assistance program is budgeted up. And I just want to say another thing. When it comes to what people have been talking about, cyberbullying, cyber harassment, we all see it, we all know it, we all know who the perpetrators are. August 26th, I have a court date with Jedidiah Brown. I just want him to know that he's being served right here, openly in the Thorn Township, and he do have to respond to why you think that you did not violate that order.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, my name is Amir Shakur. I be recognized from, you did come in earlier. I just wanted to see if I can. I don't want to interrupt you.
So,
you gonna recall?
Next person.
Thank you.
Brian, I'm sorry, Alicia Nicole?
Let me move forward. Give me 1 second.
Just for being supervisor, not including his, what you're
A
talking
little bit about Ryan. Let's listen to what Ryan has
And he
to say.
said it with his chest. I mean, he was so like naturally comfortable. And it was remarkable, you know. You said time. Okay, so it was awesome. Come out, you guys, you know, just to fellowship with each other, if nothing else. Thank you.
4, a resolution to bring the supervisor's salary back down to below $60,000. 5, a resolution to once again ban public money from being used to put official names and images on literature, aka illegal electioneering. Vote on those tonight. Or if you prefer, call a special meeting later this week to vote on them. Even if you vote no, at least we can see whether you want to be real with us or you're still trying to hide the money. Right now, all we hear are excuses, and all we see is that our tax money is going to some high salaries and a lot of expensive events. Meanwhile, residents are working.
So, you know what? I'm gonna stop right there. I gotta figure out this sound piece, so I'm sorry about that. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can't. The situation with, let me just pull this up. I think that's better. Ryan was addressing the situation currently with the supervisor and some of the things that, you know, the news was playing. And I have not really delved too deeply into that situation because it's been on the news, and we would hope that the supervisor, Senator Harris, would, you know, that he's definitely doing the right thing. And, you know, I just want to see how it plays out. Meantime, we still have a very specific fight in Harvey with definite corruption, and we want to go ahead and continue to not let off steam and just go ahead and fight that corruption, including Mr. Brown and his team. So that's kind of how I feel about it. But what I did want to say was, one of the things is we started this, we wanted to go ahead and see how we can affect the meetings and how Jedidiah can be banned from the meetings. Jedidiah, and more specifically, and maybe some of his INA team members. So you're going to see me talk a little bit about this. And I just want to share some behind the scenes things that happened yesterday, because I think people are not aware, and I want you guys to know. So give me 1 second. And Ryan did a good job, by the way.
Just to be able to pay their property taxes and not be kicked out of their homes. That must end now. I look forward to seeing your response.
Okay.
Thank you.
Verna, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that question.
Amir Shakur. Good evening. So what I want to start is I want to be very specific and to the point. The last week of June, outside of the township, a young lady who's sitting here this evening was harassed by a mentally deranged individual, young man who has been harassing, bullying individuals. This person, Vivian Allen, sits right here to the left of me, was harassed. She was mob action by this gentleman, Jedidiah Brown and his team, who waited for her, verbally attacked her. She had to call the police. The same individual last fall had a fight right here in this very township. No one should be harassed, threatened when they're trying to politically express their voice of opinion. No one should be bullied or even cyberbullied when they're trying to just dialogue and come into meetings. This is unacceptable. I'm asking that we ban this person from this particular venue from this point going forward. He's not a community player. Animalistic instincts don't work.
There's Jed right there.
The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, Senator Harris,
it's King Price.
On July 14th, I was the victim of a mob action by the same individual, 5 people who were being and probably still are being employed by Christopher Clark, the mayor of Harvey. This was during an illegal.
By the way, so you see Jedidiah and his bodyguard is in the back. I'm going to show you this one gentleman who followed us out. And this guy I think this guy was actually waiting, but I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that.
Legal eviction campaign in the city of Harvey, where they were throwing folks out of their homes illegally. That is not what Harvey police should be doing. We need an investigation by the state of Illinois, Kwame Rollo's office, into the goings on of Harvey, Illinois with the police, including this gentleman right here, Jedidiah Brown, and I need your assistance. Again, these are illegal actions. We need to say we need to put an ordinance together right away to keep this ban and ban him from any future meetings.
Ryan's audio is bad, y'all, but I just wanted to, I made a mistake right there, and I said that the Harvey police were kicking out homeowners. I really meant squatters. They have had problems with homeowners, but that night on the 14th, they were doing an illegal operation, kicking out squatters. And we were asking the senator I was asking the senator to get involved in that situation. So let me see. He definitely did a live yesterday, and he's claiming that he's ethically and all of that, that as long as people don't call the police, he can kick people out and evict people. Listen, highly illegal activity. And I want to make sure that we're getting to the bottom of that. Let me finish playing the speech, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about that.
It's perfect that we do. I appreciate it. I would like to meet with you about it.
Let's see.
The election
has been harassing, bullying individuals. This person, Vivian Allen, sits right here to the left of me, was harassed. She was mob action by this gentleman, Jedidiah Brown and his team, who waited for her, verbally attacked.
So here is the thing. The township actually called the police on Jedidiah, according to what I know now. They are the ones who actually called when during that fight, the day of. And all I want to say is that, while the police were there, they decided that, Ryan had his restraining order. So they served Ryan with his restraining order at the same time, causing Jedidiah to have to leave from the meeting that day. So if anybody was not clear, just to give a little bit of clarity, Jedidiah literally waited outside and he saw Vivian and he decided that he wanted to harass her. And so with the ongoing harassment, there were other things that happened. I was actually in the area because I don't stay too far from there. And I said, you know what? I saw the live video, and at the point when I saw the live, Jedidiah was saying he was going to smack her. And for those who know, Vivian has had major brain surgery. She has a prosthetic on one section of her forehead, of her skull. And, I think that, being slapped or hit or punched would probably be detrimental to her. So I just couldn't sit back, especially if I was in the area. So that's why I went down there, because I was right by it. Give me 1 second, and we're going to just play it move forward from there.
Attacked her. She had to call the police. The same individual last fall had a fight right here in this very township. No one should be harassed, threatened when they're trying to politically express their voice of opinion. No one should be bullied or even cyberbullied when they're trying to just dialogue and come into meetings. This is unacceptable. I'm asking that we ban this person from this particular venue from this point going forward. He's not a community player. Animalistic instincts don't work for community. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about,
so here's Keith Price. You see Keith Price right there. And I don't know who I know a few of these people. So back behind this lady in the pink, you see the gentleman in the black shirt. So this gentleman actually followed us out. I don't know. And then he began to say, nobody's trying to hurt you. And he kept repeating that. It was kind of weird that he waited right when we were walking out, and he followed us out. Maybe he was just, I don't know. It kind of just seemed like it was a stage thing. As I was getting ready to walk out of the room, all of the security in the township, actually came, and they assisted, and they were sent to escort us. So, that was a good thing. And as far as banning Mr. Brown and his team, well, I had a crew of guys who were there on the outside, and they actually were saying that some of our security was saying that they had people on the outside waiting on us. I don't know, I wasn't out there. I do know that, I do trust the people to advise me correctly. So they said that they had a group of people out there waiting on us. And I do know that he left the meeting 15 minutes earlier. And I do know for a fact that when he left the meeting, he stayed and lingered probably for about 40, maybe 30 minutes on the outside. So that was kind of unusual, and it gives more credence to what I'm talking about. Why would you leave a meeting 30 minutes early and wait on the outside? And especially after I had made this speech. So I'm just going to play the rest of it one more time like I did. Just finish this piece.
On July 14th, I was the victim of a mob action by the same individual, 5 people who were being and probably still are being employed by Christopher Clark, the mayor of Harvey. This was during an illegal eviction campaign in the city of Harvey, towards they were throwing folks out of their homes illegally. That is not what Harvey police should be doing. We need an investigation by the state of Illinois, Kwame Rose office, into the goings on of Harvey, Illinois with the police, including this gentleman right here, Jedidiah Brown, and I need your assistance. Again, these are illegal actions. We need to put an ordinance together right away to keep this ban and ban him from any future meetings. It's pertinent that we do. I appreciate it. I would like to meet with you.
Thank you.
So here's the result. We will be finding out if that is going to happen. Let me remove this. So I'm really not sure as far as the status of this ban, but we definitely are actively pursuing that. And hopefully we'll have some information and updates to see what the folks at the township are going to do. And, here's the thing. When someone acts outside of public interest and, they've shown that they can't be, like I said, a team player, a community player, there wouldn't be any reason to keep them from going to meetings, especially in lieu of the physical violence. So give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, Verna, I think you got your question answered. Yeah, they were at the meeting yesterday. There were probably 5 to 8 sheriffs who stood out of the court with Ryan's court yesterday. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that hotel piece. I will talk a little bit about that towards the end. Some of my theories about that, just so you know. So Jed has harassed Vivian. Yes, he did harass Vivian. And Verna, you did confirm that you have that. So good. Mary Avant should be on a lawsuit since she supports INA. Well, she has been involved and engaged with Jedidiah in a lot of things. I'm not sure what the status is now, but I know that at one point, Jedidiah was actively using her address. I'm not sure as far as physically being there, but he definitely was using her address. So the behavior of Jed that I observed on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Okay, make Beth I know you probably said something, but just be a little bit more clear. The township missed an opportunity to arrest Jed and ban Jed after the melee. Yes, he should have. If he wasn't arrested, everyone should have been banned and the supervisor should have been sanctioned. You know, even though she was on her way out, Tiffany, that fight should have been prevented and everybody involved should have gotten banned. So prove that Jed should step back. Okay, you meant proof that Jed should step back from Thorn Township. Yep. Everything that happened yesterday. And I do want to say that, you know, and I'll show him Ryan's video. Let me show that. I'm sorry, I forgot. There is a part where I did call the police because they were lingering in the parking lot. And honestly, there were allegations that he had people waiting out there. I don't know this to be the gospel truth, but again, I believe my team who were out there, my watchers who were out there. So I do believe them. So, you know, and I don't trust these folks enough to do the right thing and they will bring chaos. So, you know, we won't have another incident of the 14th. So let's show a little bit of my interaction with the police. Just want to show that. Give me 1 second. I'm going to the end of it.
I just need this goddamn.
They're gonna try these. Is this like a thing now? Stick together, you know what? Not one simple question was answered. Nope. Do you see how they just ignored us? They voted to spend a whole bunch of money for it or what?
Sure. Yeah, I would love to talk with you if you.
So here's the Thorn Township security, and I was talking to the police, not because of the restraining order, but because they lingered for like more than 30 minutes after the meeting, and there was no reason for them to do that. And again, my watcher said that they had people lined up. I don't know that to be, you know, I do believe the allegations, you know. So I mean, again, there's not a whole level of trust with these people, and I think that they'll do anything. Give me 1 second. So there's the security guys with us, and they stay with us for the township.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. We get stock.
Right.
What's up? Oh, I was just.
There's other check marks that are on there. We got to get those involved.
I thought you was served.
Yeah, we're served. Yeah. No, I mean I worked. I worked on a major crime systems where I would
collaborated with those guys.
Okay,
that's good.
Okay. Oh, we could use you in Harvey.
Well, thank you so much.
No, Amir, I thought he was served though.
So here's
what are you spending?
Well, he said approximately. So here's actually Jedidiah's truck, and this was, like I said, 30 minutes after the meeting. They were lingering, and again, you know, just, you know, no reason for it. No reason for it.
Because they were like, let's vote to pay this, and I'm like, but what are you doing? Like, and I wanted to stand up and say, let's vote to pay my mortgage too. You know what I mean? Like, let's just. Okay. How do we know what you're paying for? You know what I mean? Right. I hope so. I certainly hope so.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I am going to head out, but
So that's a little bit about that. I think it ended in fine. No major incidents happened. Yep, and the proof that Jedidiah again should step back from Thorn Township. Good night. Good night. Get some rest. Yvonne is not the reason Jedidiah landed in Dalton. She supported him a lot. Vivian is healing. She's going through various surgeries. Yes, she needs to be on the list of people who are actively violating and abusing the rights of others. Yeah, I think so. So here's my thing. Tomorrow, guys. Hold on. Yeah, I'll go ahead and answer the rest of those questions. But you know what? The Carolyn Avant thing or Mary Avant thing is just something that, I haven't really actively pursued. I know she's a trustee at the township, and I haven't really interacted with her personally. I know she was an early supporter of the stuff in Harvey. She's been out a few times. So let's see what Verna has to say. Lynn. Good. Supporting good cause activism in human rights is totally different from being antagonist, manipulator, cyberbullying, harassment, stalking, and the list of negatives is endless. You are so right, Yanni Lynn. I believe that. Are you aware that Jed has a pending lawsuit against the township? Yeah, I'm aware of it. It's just no more of a money grab than anything, a little political stunt and a way to get money. I definitely am aware of that, Verna. Let's put that up. Yeah. So tomorrow, guys, we've got court in Harvey, Illinois at the Kangaroo Court down there. And we're going to need as many people as possible to call Harvey City Hall. And just to what we need Harvey to know that the eyes and attention of the world are watching, and just a little bit about that. And then I think we'll go ahead and let, in the stream is that, so after all of the fleeing and everything that happened on July 14th, Harvey decided that they wanted to try this case as a municipal case, which basically is the case that they tried traffic tickets. So we want to make sure that we call Harvey City Hall. I'm going to post it in the chat. We have court with Jed and the folks tomorrow, all of the defendants, Ryan, myself, Ari, in reference to that mob action incident. So we want to make sure that everyone calls the court, City Hall, and the court is actually in City Hall. It's in the hearing room, which doubles as the meeting room on hearing days. And just let these guys know, call them and let them know that, we're aware that you're aware of what's going on, and we want justice. We want Jedidiah and those folks prosecuted. That could be a big help for us. I'm going to post the number and the address to Thorn Township, Harvey City Hall. It's right there. It's the court, 708-210-5300. And we want you guys, if you can do us that favor of calling and letting the Harvey courts know that we want these guys prosecuted. We want them prosecuted, and they should be. And hopefully that we will have some live information tomorrow. Hopefully this can be upgraded to felonies, mob action, and go ahead and move it up to the Cook County Department of Corrections. If that's the case, then if that does happen tomorrow, then we will be announcing tomorrow that Jedidiah and his team will be getting felony charges placed upon them. So I'm going to say that again. If it does happen tomorrow, we will see felony charges, and it'll be a whole new thing tomorrow. So tomorrow, 12 noon, we'll be at the Harvey Court. The address is 15320 Broadway in Harvey, Illinois, 708-210-5300. And again, to Lynn's point, antagonists, manipulators, cyberbullying, harassment, all of these things are happening. And, you know, we want to start putting together a breadcrumbs. I use the word breadcrumbs. I'm going to use that. We want to get as much information as possible to help us build the federal case. Things are changing in real time. We have sent a letter of demand to the city of Harvey and a civil litigation against Harvey. So I just want to make that known. That was sent to them on Monday. And yeah, we are suing the city of Harvey and Harvey police for gross misconduct with this case. So let that be known. I can share it, but yeah, mob action. Let's put that comment up. Mob action, public disruption, bodily injury and harm. I mean, you know, we can definitely go in several other places, but as long as this thing gets to the Cook County State's Attorney's Office and out of Harvey, it's going to be a municipal court bond hearing for these folks, and you know, it shouldn't be, and it's definitely illegal for Harvey to have this case there. So, just so you know, please call the city hall for us, and let's get this thing going. And if we are successful, then we will be announcing felony charges on Jed and the INA team tomorrow. So there is going to be breaking news that are not going to be, there's not going to be breaking news. And then one more thing, they could end up trying to flip the tables on us and give us some kind of charges tomorrow as well. So, you know, I just want everything to be as public as possible because we need you guys' support and watching what's going on down in the Kangaroo Court in Harvey. All right. I'm not sure why my mic keeps doing that, but I'll look at that later. Give me 1 second. All right. So listen, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys. If anybody wants to be a part of tomorrow, we need all eyes, as many eyes and ears. I'm not sure if you guys can be in the hearing room, but you definitely can call in. But you can come down afterwards if you want, or you know, during it's gonna be at 12 noon. 15320 Harvey, Broadway Avenue in Harvey, Illinois, 60426. If you want to just call in, 708-210-5300. Look, I'm looking forward to having a live, and we will have a live afterwards. And hopefully I can have some good news for you guys, because again, if it does happen, then they will be receiving federal, or excuse me, not federal, but felony charges tomorrow. So hopefully I can give that to you guys and get that out. All right. Other than that, if you guys need anything, or if there's anything that I can do, you can reach me at Amir Shakur Speaks. Thanks for supporting me. Hey, share the channel and put a like in the channel. Victory is ours. Victory is ours. So thank you. And go ahead. Oh, that's going to be at 12 noon tomorrow, 5320 Broadway Avenue, 60426. The phone number that you can call at Harvey is going to be 708-210-5300. And make sure if you're out of state that you know that that's Central Time, by the way. All right. Hey, thanks, y'all. If anybody has anything else, feel free to reach out to me directly at AmirShakurSpeaks@gmail.com. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all effort. Take care now.